Welcome to the mighty Kynrem Falls. Let me show you how mighty it looks like. Look at that. It's so high that you almost have to look 80 degrees above. This fall is one of the tallest cascade in Meghalaya. It is huge. Right now I am standing on the bridge, and from below there is a river. You know, shooting this waterfall is always a challenge for me. It is hard to compose, and another thing is that it is hard to compose because you have very limited space to do so. Either you have to take a direct headshot looking above the fall and do all the necessary things, so your foot has to work. Now another problem is the bridge construction. The way they have constructed, there are railings. Look at that. So those comes in frame, which is very disturbing for me at least. I don't like to include artificial structures in my shots, in my landscape creative shots. So let's try to do some creative composition. And another issue is that when you go near, you get lots of spray. That is again a huge challenge. So as usual, you will always see me touching my polarizer. This is one of the most essential kit for a landscape photographer, to have a polarizer, especially waterfall like this. So let me quickly, and now the problem is, as I'll be facing the waterfall, there are lots of sprays. So this is one of the best lens microfiber I have. Very, very handy. Let me go. So I'm not happy with the horizontal composition. Let me try to shoot vertically and go real close. I think for the better perspective, I have to go a little bit of left hand side, so that I'll get the cascades at the same time. Now have a look. What I am doing is this. So this doesn't look good. There is a little bit of rock here. This one I'm talking about, this rock. This rock is actually obstructing. So this cascade cannot be seen. So what I will do, I will move left. I will move this side and try to recompose it. So from here it looks much better. Well, now we can see this cascade and at the same time the waterfall as well. In my composition, it's getting divided in the middle of the frame, right and left. That's a very good composition, but the problem is sky is completely flat and gray. You see, landscape photographers are never happy. I'm sorry to say that. We always demand something to satisfy our heart. And that's where the creativity comes. If something doesn't work, we can see and look other compositions where you don't need to include the sky. So I think today will be the best time to go a little more creative than usual. Let's see what we can do. I have some shots in my mind. But anyway, just for the sake of documentation, let me take the shot with a flat sky so that I can show to you what I mean. So I'm shooting at ISO 100, f8 and 1/30th of a second. 2-second timer. Here is the shot. Now let's do some creative works. So for that, I'll take out my 24 to 105 and we'll go close and try to eliminate the grey sky and concentrate only on the waterfall. The vital step of my photography is cleaning lens, and you should do that too. And later on when you are editing and you know that your shot has turned out very well, but if there are lens spots or the water droplets, then it may ruin your shot. So it is always better to clean your lens before the shoot. Now we can change our position once again back to our original position. So we are looking direct above the fall. What I am trying to do is this. Let me show to you very closely. So in this shot, the main waterfall, then it divides into two. Then again it reunites on this huge cascade. So I'm trying to do a very close frame with this. Now I have quickly swapped my lens, 24-105 to 100-400. And I'm going really close and trying to do this. So this is the top cascade. It's a top fall and divided into two. I think probably it gives a kind of a visual reference. ISO 100, f10, 1/20th of a second. Polarization engaged. So it has a kind of a subtle show and the water flow can be seen very well, and there are a little bit of mist rising from the waterfall. Now again, this one is very interesting composition. Let me quickly show to you what I'm doing here. So along this cascade there is a small bunch of trees which is kind of leaning towards the waterfall, kind of welcoming and greeting the waterfall. So I'm trying to go near, very near, close and shoot it. So I'm shooting at 400 mm with polarizer on and 5-stop ND filter. So I can achieve ISO 100 f8 and 0.8 of a second. So let me take the shot and then I will take the video and I'll show to you. Long focal length and slow shutter. You have to release the shutter on a timer. 2 seconds is actually very less. I will show you why. I always do at 10 seconds when I am 300, 200 above focal length, because the handshake, when you press the shutter, there's a tiny vibration that translates on your longer focal shots. So I will demonstrate it in the video so that you will be benefited for this. And whenever you shoot at a longer focal distance, always set your timer at 10 seconds minimum. Or if you have a remote release, then that's a blessing. Welcome everyone once again. We are done with the Kynrem Fall. We have taken a very fast breakfast with coffee, and as we are turning back, we saw this very interesting waterfall. Now I'm going to grab some shot of it. This is wonderful. Okay, but it's a bit tricky as I'm climbing through the pebbles. There's rocks everywhere. Let me give you a glimpse of the waterfall. Here I present you the unknown waterfall. I don't know what is the name of this. Look at that. Looks pretty good for my eye, but composition will be very challenging because it's tall and lots of sprays. So I have taken out my 24-105 and just randomly see will the composition will be good with this lens. Yes, it has to be 24, at least past 35, maybe somewhere in a 40. So I need to put a polarizer here, then I'll come quickly. Just bear with me 1 second. So polarizer is on. Now for this we need to go with the vertical composition. Now my tripod is slipping here. So this waterfall is quite tall, and nearby, means right and left, there is no much of interest. There is no much of interest on the right and left. The rocks are very, very dark, and which is very nice. It enhances, it contrasts the waterfall even further. It's very, very beautiful and contrasting. And there are green moss on the crevices of the rock. That is even beautiful. So I'm showing the video of it. Now you see there is a twig. I need to remove this twig. And in the foreground, you can see with this is a video. What I have done, I have composed my foreground with this small twigs, this branch. It's very contrasty against the yellow background of the rock. And as the water cascades through, this will be my strong foreground. And this rock is really making the white milky water very, very contrasty. Now let me back off a bit. So this is how I have composed the shot. Now polarizer is engaged. Now if I don't engage the polarizer, it looks like this. So there are reflections everywhere. Now if you engage the polarizer, you get the rock very dark and moody, which enhances the scene further. And the green become more green and the dark become more dark. So let's take this first shot. First shot means first shot in this waterfall quickly, because the mist is pretty intensive now. Very misty. Okay. So ISO 100 f9 1/10th of a second. Now before that, let me clean my lens very fast. So during the cleaning of a lens, since I have engaged the polarizer, it might shift. So I have kept on pressing the polarizer wheel circle so that it will remain on a place where I have set for polarization. Then wipe it off. Yes, it looks good. Now let me remove that small twig that is intersecting in the middle ground. Let me just remove quickly. Yes. Now the twig is out of the way. Now let's take another shot. Now I'm going closer to the waterfall. This will be quite intimate shot. So this is what I'm doing. Yeah, quite intimate. And this rock is actually separating the waterfall. And it's a nice separation here. I love the composition. f9 1/10 100 ISO. Pretty good. Now I think I need to put my 5-stop ND filter and see how does it look like. So I put on the 5-stop ND filter just to see and soften the water flow, and to really emphasize the dark rock. So I am achieving 2-second shutter speed, f8 ISO 200. So let's clean the lens first. So let's clean the filter first before taking the shot. Yes, 2-second timer quickly. Yeah, it does look good. So with this waterfall shoot, I think we are done for the day. I hope I might have got around 2 to 3 decent shots from this waterfall. Oh, it's pretty tricky. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know the name of this waterfall, but since this is just nearby the Kynrem waterfall, so we can say this is one of the waterfalls near Kynrem waterfall. It's a very overcast day. And the sky will not clear up. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. We got aerials, we got Kynrem waterfall, then sister waterfall of Kynrem. Decent shot from there. Yeah, it will make the day. Beautiful place. There are many waterfalls here actually. You just turn anywhere and you will see the waterfall. Wonderful. So I'll turn back now. Pretty tired. So Shillong will be probably around 70 kilometers from here. And it's going to be 12. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the images from this trip. Thank you very much for supporting my channel. So I'll see you again. Until then, take care. Share good images with me. Thank you. Bye for now.